34-year-old Zohran Mamdani has won the New York City mayoral election, defeating former Governor Andrew Cuomo and Republican nominee Curtis Sliwa. In fact, he is the youngest to hold the post in over a century. Also the first Indian origin South Asian mayor. His victory comes in the face of fierce attacks on his policies from business elites, conservative media commentators, and U.S. President Donald Trump himself. But he had a strong message for Trump in his first address after the victory.
New York will remain a city of immigrants, a city built by immigrants, powered by immigrants, and as of tonight, led by an immigrant. So hear me, President Trump, when I say this. To get to any of us, you will have to get through all of us.
And the turnout was high in this year's vote. New York City Board of Elections has said the turnout surpassed 2 million for the first time in more than 3 decades. The statement was issued in a post just before polls closed at 9 p.m. local time, underscoring the scale of public engagements in what turned out to be one of the city's most closely watched and historic elections. Trump made an 11th-hour intervention in the race, in a way, urging voters who he said really have no choice and must vote for Cuomo. However, Cuomo cleared that the U.S. president did not support him but opposed Mamdani. With about 90% of the votes counted, Cuomo trailed far behind with 41.6%, while Mamdani led with 50.4%. Sliwa, meanwhile, placed third with 7.1%. The House Minority Leader, meanwhile, Hakeem Jeffries, who did not endorse Mamdani until late in the race, cast the results as a verdict on the cost of living. Mamdani will be taking office on the 1st of January. 3 challenges await him, the first and foremost being delivering on his promises. He has promised universal childcare, remember, freezing rent in subsidized units, free public buses, and city-run grocery stores. He says it will be paid for by new taxes on millionaires and corporations that will raise $9 billion. The second is taking the incoming fire from the Republicans. In his victory address, Mamdani challenged Trump to turn up the volume. It remains to be seen how a politician with no executive experience as such will handle the onslaught that is sure to come. The U.S. president, meanwhile, has already threatened to pull federal funding. But Mamdani seems undeterred. In fact, he addressed Trump with 4 words: turn the volume up.
So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up.
In New Jersey, Democratic Party candidate Mickey Sherrill beat out a Trump-backed businessman, and in Virginia, Democratic candidate Abigail took back the governor's mansion from the Republicans. Donald Trump, however, takes no blame. In a post on Truth Social, he cited anonymous pollsters suggesting the Republican defeats were down to the government shutdown and the fact that his own name was not on ballots. Frame these elections. High-profile Democrats have sought to frame these elections as a turning point for the party. Former President Barack Obama has said the future looks a little brighter after the results, albeit with plenty of work still to do.